Warm greetings from TNV Academy. Today we are going to discuss about business impact analysis as per ISO 22301 Business Continuity Management System. However, before we start, let me tell you about the key takeaways of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand what do you mean by business impact analysis, how to perform business impact analysis, who is responsible for performing business impact analysis, inputs for business impact analysis, documentation of business impact analysis. So let's start our discussion and talk about what is business impact analysis. A business impact analysis is carried out within the activities of a business continuity management system. Its formula definition is process of analyzing the impact over time of a description on the organization. In a BIA, the organization's business processes are analyzed to know what impact is produced in the event of an incident that causes the interruption of these processes. The objective is to identify which are the most critical processes for the company. Business continuity should focus on the processes in which availability is volatile. For example, in the event of being interrupted, the impact caused to the organization may not be acceptable in a shorter period of time. The BIA is carried out for all company processes using a common methodology in order to be able to compare the results and classify them by criticality. Business impact analysis is primarily here to give you an idea about the timing of your recovery and the timing of your backup, since the time is crucial. The difference of only a company of hours could mean life or death for certain companies. For example, if you are financial institution, recovery time of 4 hours could mean you will be probably served a description, whereas recovery time of 12 hours is unacceptable for certain system activities in a bank, and description of a full day would probably mean the bank would never be able to open its doors again. And there is no magic standard that would give you the timing for your organization. Not only because the timing for every industry is different, but also because the timing for each of your activities could be different. Therefore, you need to perform the business impact analysis to draw the correct conclusion. Now let us discuss how can we perform the business impact analysis. Obviously, there is no single wild from the works for any organization. Each one must define their methodology. It is necessary to consider different types of impact that may occur as a consequences of interruption of a process. Some of them may be the following: operational impact that prevents obtaining the product or result of the service to which the process belongs. Economic impact due to additional cost, loss of income, penalties, etc. Interruption impact due to loss of brand image by not being able to provide the service normally to customers. Legal and contractual impact by interrupting a specific process. The organization may be in breach of a legal or contractual requirement that may have serious consequences. Each organization must establish the impact to be considered and the form and criteria in which each one must be considered. The next element to have into account is time. Usually a time scale is used to compare the impact in different interruption intervals. It is possible that a process has a high impact from the first moment interruption occurs, such as the one in the online store example mentioned above, but there will be other processes whose impact will not be high until a certain period of time has spaced, like 24 hours or even several days. Time scale to be used must also be established in a particular way by each organization. They can be temporary milestone depending on the type of business. Processes with the greatest impact in the shorter interruption time will be the most critical for organization. This must be output or the result to be obtained from the BIA. We recommended using specific BIA software which makes it easier to carry out as well as the organization and calculation process of all the data that this type of analysis contains. Now let us move forward and discuss who is responsible for performing business impact analysis. The person in charge of business continuity of the organization must define the methodology to be used. This must be validated and approved by the competent body that has been established in the organization as the highest authority on business continuity. Normally, it is a committee with representation from the main departments and with the presence of the management in order to have the appropriate entity and value. Once you have the methodology defined and the process of the organization defined, it must have the participant of the departments involved the data collection or assessment as appropriate. In short, it is the department that carry out the processes that know in detail the consequences that may occur in the event of an interruption. BIS results must be validated and agreed by management of the organization or by the corresponding committee or body. Now let us discuss the inputs for performing the business impact analysis. The main input for business impact analysis processes is the BIA methodology, and you also need a list of your business continuity activities, that is process or departments. All the information must be given by an assessment made by responsible persons for each activities. Here are a few tips for collecting the required information from the responsible person for each activities. Impact assessment. They have to consider the business damage that will happen if their operations are held. In light particular questions that are asked. For example, for the question, how will your client react to a description? For a description, the last 2 to 4 hours, you should receive assignment. First, on a scale 1 to 4, if there would be no client reaction, whatever assignment. Second, if client would start calling you but nothing significant would happen in the time frame. If after an 8-hour description some clients would start leaving your company, then this would mean an assignment of. Third, if after 48 hours the majority of clients would leave your company, this would mean an assignment. Assignment of PRO, maximize data loss. You have to ask your respondent to list all these database application and files, but also all service, example, email, etc. And for each of them separately to state the acceptable limit up to which you can afford to lose the data. Usually this limit is displayed in number of hours, but sometimes it can also be in number of transactions or records. The main criteria while doing the analysis must be the damage of any potential data loss to the company in terms of money or other impact like legal, reputation, etc. Also, while doing such analysis, it is important not to be disrupted by the fact that you already have the backup. The question is, if your exciting backup falls, how much data can you really afford to lose? Minimum business continuity objectives. You should specify the minimum acceptable level of capacity required immediately after the recovery for particular activity, taking your peak hour or days into account. For example, December is typically the business city month in bank that most activities. So you should specify the minimum number of transactions or customers you would have to process if a disruption occurred on the business city days of December. Required resources taking into account the MBCO, number of transaction, customer, product, etc. You should identify how many people and other resources you need to the recovery. Resources like laptops, furniture, mobile phone, office, etc. usually depend on the number of people. Capacity of resources like software, And telecom links depend on number of users or number of transactions that need to processed. Data as our resources needs to be described in terms of how many and which record you need. For example, all the record created in past 6 months. For example, database. Or only the current document, for example, contract that are signed with partners and clients. External service are described in terms of transaction, product or whatever it is they provide to you. Financial resources are expressed well in money, in your local currency or the currency your company normally uses. Dependency on other. Basically, these are all other activities without which you wouldn't be able to perform a certain activities. These are usually divided like this. First, dependency on other activities with your organization. For example, all of your activities will probably depend on the IT department, IT activities, whereas only some of your activities will depend on your legal department, legal activities. Second, dependency on supplier and outstanding partners. Typically, all of your activities depend on electricity and telecommunication link, internet, fixed line and mobile phones, but many companies also depend on software department companies, hosting provider, cloud provider, accounting service, etc. Here you need to evaluate the business continuity capacities of those third parties by studying the casual in agreement you signed with them, inquiry as to how they handled disruption in the past, or perhaps audit them to get a deeper insight into their capacities. And finally, let us now discuss the documentation of business impact analysis. Similarly, the risk assessment, if the organization doesn't use the tool, then the results are usually collected through Excel questionnaires. In this case, the business continuity coordinator collects all these questionnaires. If the tools is used, then these are collected automatically. No matter if the tool is used or not, the information that is collected during the BIA processes must include all the elements mentioned in BIA methodology. If yours in a larger company, you should probably combine all these results in a business impact analysis report. However, smaller companies will be just fine and summarizing all the results in the business continuity strategy. We have now come to the conclusion of this session. If you have any questions on the concept which we discussed today, then please feel free to ask them in the comment section of the video. Till we meet next, it's best wishes from TNV Academy.